Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Yo, what's good, y'all? What's the word? What's going on? How everybody doing out there? Y'all already know what it is, man. We are back again, man. And it's time for the weekend banger. It's time for the weekend banger. Yo, that's a lot. It's time for the weekend banger. And I got one. I keep a banger at all times. But like I always say before I start these videos off, man, I have no problem delivering this content to everybody that's out there working hard, working a 9 to 5. Everybody that's out there with their own business, getting to that bag the legit way. I make sure y'all got something to watch in the morning times, man. I promise y'all there's no problem on my end. I also have no problem making sure I'm warning y'all and telling y'all about how dangerous prison is. I only ask for one thing in the process, and that's for y'all to just stay out the way, man. That's it. I don't want to see you go to jail and have to leave your family, leave your kids, leave your mom, leave your dad, leave your brother, leave your sister. I don't want to see y'all go through that, man. When you go through that situation, you're going to regret every minute of it, man. Every minute, every second that you're going to lose from these people, you're going to regret it, man. So change your life around right now. Stay out the way. It's the best way to live. Not the whack way to live, man. Staying out the way is the best way to live. Don't let nobody tell y'all nothing less, man. Don't think you got to run the streets just to be lit. Nah, you can be regular and be lit, man. Just try it, man. Just take my word for it, man. But at the end of the day, just stay out the way from me, people. That's it, man. But y'all already know what it is, man. It's weekend banger time. So what I need y'all to do with this one? Like, share, subscribe this one, y'all. Let's get it. Let's go. What? It's time for business. It's time for business, y'all. And the story I got for y'all today is called He Had All the Cash. Part 1. Crazy story, crazy situation, but we are where, people? We are in penitentiary, man. Crazy things happen all the time. And I'm letting y'all know, man, you have some people in there that are good at what they do in penitentiary, man. That's manipulating people, man. That's knowing how to move the crowd. I got a lot of stories about these type of people, man, because people have mastered this stuff, man. When you become a master of making people move the way you want to, man, like, you kind of perfected how to really do a bid in prison, man. It could be a good thing, it could be a bad thing, because it could mess up in your face, and it all could be over just like that. But at the same time, though, man, it's a lot of different things in prison, man, that kind of gets people moving the way other people want, man. Money is one of them, man. Food is one of them. La is one of them, man. Whatever narcotic that you have is whatever the case, man. That's what make people do whatever you say, man. And sometimes people be thinking they're the masters of this, man. But really, it never goes right at the end of the day. So with that being said, though, we are on Lawrenceville for this, y'all. We are on Lawrenceville. And I can remember being in 30 building, man. This was kind of like when I first got over there a little bit slightly, man, in 30 building, man. So like, when I was in 60 building, when they first moved me to San Francisco, it was like a different ball game, slightly, y'all know, because it was like that side of the yard. I saw that they already developed using the green dot thing. You know what I mean? Like when I first came on the side, when I first got to Lawrenceville, I was in 40 building on that side of the yard, but it was like I wasn't around long enough to see things transpire to like business wise. Like they didn't keep me around. I was only over there for like probably a couple months. Then I got moved to the San Francisco joint, but dudes over there were kind of still doing Western Unions, still getting cash and stuff like that. Now, on the 60 building side of the yard where I was at, man, it was like, that's where I seen dudes kind of doing business with the green dot thing. And I seen dudes like kind of like starting that up. So by the time I done left from over there, now I'm over in 33, it was like the cash was the #1 currency, man. And it was crazy because like they had just stopped selling the tobacco. So it was like you couldn't get your blacks no more. You couldn't get tobacco no more, your Newports and none of that no more. So you had to get it from the underground. So in the beginning, like dudes had stuff stashed. Like when they first took the tobacco products, I was still over there in San Francisco and I came with tobacco. So like I made sure I stashed it before they took it and I was able to make a few dollars off it a little bit. But it was people all around the compound that had the same idea that I had probably, man. So like by the time I got over to 30 building, it was like tobacco wasn't even a big move. It was still Newports. Like dudes was selling packs of Newports or singles Newports. Like you can get that easily. You know what I mean? Like it was right there for you to get it. A lot of, I'm not gonna say everybody, but a lot of people had it in 30 building. So like for you to be able to get this, man, like dudes wanted cash money. Now for someone to ask for cash money, it was valid then. I ain't even gonna lie, because around this time when I first got the 30 building, like I ain't even gonna lie, RIP to Hot Rod, man. Like he turned me on to a dude, which I ended up meeting, and me and him ended up being cool all through the time after Hot Rod and them dipped. But I met him through bro. So the dude he turned me on to, he used to go to the VI and get the cash. He would charge you to go get the cash because he really wasn't a dude that was like I'm bringing the package back. Like I don't think he did that, because that's all bro used to do is go to the visit room and get cash. So like that was the move. Like if you wasn't a dude in the block that was like that was getting the package, you was trying to get your hand on some cash because everything was for sale around that time, man. So I used to go through bro. Like I used to my people's, hey look, send my people's, like send his people's $50. His people's bring the $50 cash through. I break bread with him and whatever I score. That's how I used to go. I think I said this in a story before, but that's how I was going. But everybody was doing it, man. So like I'm just painting a picture to y'all about how like cash was in Lawrenceville at this particular time. It was nothing but cash. I'm telling y'all, man, like I never knew my mind. I never made it to that stage on when I was getting money. If I could be like, yo, I got a bunch of it. Like I could imagine a dude that was actually having a good run, making money on Lawrenceville, how much cash he had, man, because it was just all over the place. Now the whole time, there used to be this dude, I ain't gonna say his name, man. We're gonna call him Eugene though, man. We're gonna call him Eugene, man. Eugene was from the Tidewater side, man. I ain't gonna lie. He was from the Tidewater side. He was a seasoned vet. He was someone that actually did 20 years before he was eligible to come to a level 3. Now in Virginia, level 3s are usually the sweet camps, like 3 and under. Like those are camps that's like basically you gonna kind of like, you don't gotta worry about too much violence, even though it's still violence, but you gonna still not be like in the mountains or worse, like Sussex and stuff like that. So like a level 3 and under is kind of like what people be trying to go. So if you someone that got a life sentence or something like that, or maybe 50 years or 40 years or something crazy where you still been locked up a minute and you under parole, you still get to go up for parole, whatever the case, they make you do 20 years. They make you do 20 years before you're eligible to go to a level 3. That's like your punishment for having all that time. So I done met a few dudes that actually made it through that gauntlet to be able to like, yo, I did 20 years on the high levels. Now I'm finally eligible to go to a Lawrenceville or Greensville or a different spot like that. So Eugene was one of them. Like I had been heard about him when I had first moved over there, because Eugene was one of them dudes that I seen that was in the honor pod. Now, being in the honor pod, I didn't explain how the honor pod is to y'all. Like the honor pod was the pod that was in the middle. Like we have 3 blocks in our building. We have 31 pod, 32 pod in the middle, and my pod, which is 33 pod. Their pod was a little bit bigger, a little bit longer, pause. Like it went all, you know what I mean? They had 2 microwaves, they had more phones, and they probably had like 6 more sales. So they had more people. So that was like a privileged jump to be in. But everybody that was in there that was privileged was riding dirty. Like everybody was still doing them. They was just doing them more careful, because you can't be the dude that's mega, that just wilding out when you in the honor pod. But dudes was still over there getting money from 804 and from the 757 side. Dudes was definitely still getting money. Don't think just because they was in that honor pod, something used to change. And Eugene was prime example of that, man, because he just, like I say, he was one of those dudes that made it from doing 20 years. Now he's eligible to come down to a 3. So I don't know how long he was on Lawrenceville before I met him, but he was just already seasoned of how to bid. He was in the honor pod. He was locked in like that. He was in the honor pod. He was one of those dudes that had like, he was kind of loud. I don't think he was kind of loud. He was kind of big, kind of fat dude, bald head dude. Used to have the slight George Jefferson looking like he never wanted to go bald for real. But he was just a guy that you all knew, everybody knew in the building. And the reason why everybody knew him in the building is because, for one, he had no vices, man. The man didn't drink. He didn't mess with the tobacco. He didn't mess with the la-la. He didn't do nothing but get money or try to get money. So he was the dude that you will always see in the hallway that was comfortable enough to come out in the hallway amongst all these wolves in the building, because just because he's in an honor pod, it's still wolves all over the place. You will look at Eugene will be out in the hallway with the cut off Karl Malone shirt, no sleeve game. He'll be out there looking like he waiting for somebody to stand out in the hallway with his flip-flop game on, y'all. So boom, Eugene was extra comfortable, man. See, when you out in the open with your flip-flops on, I know he in the honor pod, so there ain't no drama. But when you out in the open like that with your flip-flops, like, that goes to show that you're not worrying about nothing. Like, you ain't got nothing on your mind except probably whatever you thinking. It's definitely ain't no drama. So that's how Eugene used to move around. He'll be out there. It was always somebody calling him. It was always somebody trying to talk to him. It was always somebody trying to do some business with him. It was always somebody trying to borrow something from him, from all around. And they'll probably be dudes from other buildings that would come holler at him. So Eugene was known as one of those dudes that was full up. He was known as an old head that was full up. So he feeling like he got Lawrenceville in the palm of his hand just off, not even really being a dude that can get the pack. They say he started like that. They say he started off getting full up when he got the Lawrenceville just off the store box. So he started from the bottom. And now he done worked his way up. Now he's a dude that's in the building that's kind of like one of the top. That be getting money like all around. Like, it don't matter. The store box, hustling, whatever. He's a hustler. So that's who Eugene was. Now, Eugene was alright. We wasn't cool, but we was alright. Because like I say, I could never, like, he can never owe me. Like, because he don't do nothing. So I looked at a dude that you'll never get a chance to be able to get some type of get back. Like, y'all know I'll go buy the La a lot. But like, it's dudes that, like, you know, that don't mess with the La, don't do nothing. And those be the dudes I be like, man, I can never, like, when I get the La, I can never sell it back. I can't never get him for a roll up. I can't never leave. He ain't gonna have to borrow nothing. It's just a dude that don't need nobody. So I watch those dudes real careful in penitentiary, man. Like, not for bad reasons, both. I look at him like, yo, why is it like that? Or why is he doing this? Or why he don't never have to borrow? Like, of course he hustled everything up, and that's why he don't need nobody. But still, though, those be the dudes I be feeling like I gotta watch in penitentiary. So Eugene, me and him would have conversations every now and then, man. Every now and then. And the only reason we would have conversations every now and then is because Eugene was the only one in the building that had that cash, y'all. That was another thing, man. He had that cash on everything. And the reason why Eugene had a lot of cash, man, is because when I first got over there, man, he was one of the ones that had a lot of Newports. And I'm telling you, man, it was so many people. Everybody that can get a visit at this particular time. You know how easy it is to go over there and don't get no la or no crazy type of narcotics, and you just going to get a couple of bills from your parents, or your peoples might throw you $100 cash or something like that because Lawrenceville was sweet. Man, I'm telling y'all, man, it was cash everywhere, y'all. So boom. Eugene was one of the smart ones. Eugene was the one like this the whole time, collecting all the cash. So through the time that I have been on the compound, I have heard that he was the one that kind of like, you know, he got a lot of cash. And like, it was one dude that was in the honor part that was from Norfolk. And he was cool. He was a Muslim dude. I ain't gonna say his name, but he was a cool dude too. But he was over in the honor part, and he knew Eugene. He's be like, yo, man, Eugene got all, man, Eugene full up, man. He was like, man, Eugene showed me like lay him $100 cash. And he was like, he think he got more than that. He just was flashing it out. But I'm like, that's feasible though. Like, you can think that he might have that. The man been trapping his whole bid, especially since he been on Lawrenceville. So dudes be having that cash, and he had them Newports. He's definitely gonna touch some cash, man. So not only is Eugene, he's full up with food, he's full up with cash money as well, man. So having all that as an inmate, man, creates a dynamic of he can move the crowd in a certain way. So he became a dude that can walk around in his flip-flops all around the building. Y'all feel me? Like, he ain't thinking nobody gonna try him. Everybody in the building almost need him, y'all. So boom. You got all these dudes from the 804. While they going to get cash, dudes from the 804 and dudes from 7572, dudes are going to get la and all of that, man. So all day, every day is la and there's tobacco for sale in that junk, man. And the dude Eugene is touching that junk, man. So he just used to have a strange way of kind of like talking to people. That's the only thing. Like, the times me and him would talk, he wouldn't get crazy, but I done heard him have conversations with other people. And he would talk to you like, hey, look, young blood. Like, everybody's a young blood to him because he been down 20 plus and all this. So he'd be like, hey, look, young blood. Hey, look. Like, he'll tell you straight up because dudes be asking him like right out in the hallway. Hey, look, I ain't got no problem with that, right? When you get up in the building then? When you move over here? Like, he'll have his hands in his pants. He be like, hey, when you get in here? When you get, so, when you say you going to commissary, when we put our bubble shits in next week? Oh, all right. So you ain't got no property then, huh? Oh, you got your property. Well, I don't mind loaning you that junk, man. As long as you let me hold your CD player or something, man. Like, you know, your CL20s, I'll loan it to you that way, man, because I don't know you. And he'll tell a dude straight up just like that, I don't know you, so you got to give me some collateral, man. So dudes will be like, you know, dude, this is the dudes that's just coming to the building, or the dudes that's just coming from the compound. They got to go through this maniac. You know what I mean? It was other store boxes amongst the building, man, but Eugene was the Sam's Club of Lawrenceville, y'all. So boom, Eugene had it by the boat. That's word. Eugene was loaded, man. I never been in his cell because I never been in the honor part. But Eugene was loaded. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. So like, I used to hear him clapping dudes like that, cause some dudes wouldn't agree to be like, yo, I ain't giving him, like, why you gotta do that? You just don't trust me enough. But Eugene dealing with so many people. He dealing with so many people, man. So like, he was somebody that from just the years of me watching him, like it was like a year and a half of this around the time that I'm talking about he's in the honor part. It was like a year and a half of just watching Eugene just get to the money. Like, I saw it. I already knew what time it was. I already knew what the situation was from grinding on Sussex too. But like, still though, I still took notes of dudes that I seen that was like really like great hustlers, man. And like, to see a dude that don't get on the phone, a dude that don't get no letters or nothing like that, a dude don't got no vices, he don't get no visit, don't got no vices, like for real, he's running it up. He's running it up, man. So it was crazy because like around this time that I'm talking about, they end up, this was like my first batch of COs that I'm seeing coming in on some rookie activity. So like, I heard about the rumors the whole time I was in 60 building. They brought like a small batch in, but they was already like people that they said was already going to be working guaranteed on Lawrenceville. Now, I used to hear about how they would bring all these new COs in. They be having the black sweatsuits on and they come with the CO and they come in every pod and dudes be putting their bids in off the top. Like I have heard about that crop of women coming in like that. I don't mean to call y'all crop. But that's how I be looking at it. Coming about 12 women with sweatsuits on one dude. That junk be crazy. So we in the block, we hear the door open. Everybody like, everybody like, yo, they deep as a bitch out no solid boy, yo. Everybody looking. But we already heard the count when we was at lunch. Like, yo, they got the rookies walking around on the other side. So we like, yeah, they coming over here. So they ain't coming to chow hall when we was over there. But when we came back from lunch, that's when we knew they probably on slide. So when dudes hit the police noise, I already knew what time it was. So I get up and look. Looking. First person I seen out in the hallway was Eugene with that cut off shirt on. He looking all in our part. I catch eye contact with him. We looked through the door, up through the slider. He always out in the hallway. He definitely out there with all them ladies out there. So he out there, he looking around. Next thing you know, they coming out jump. So they coming out jump. It's my word, they coming out parts like 12 of them, all of them. Decent, young, all of this, old, young, take your pick. It's a bunch of them. This my word, they come in the joint. They doing rounds. Everybody got their best clothes on. Everybody out that joint looking like, yeah, what's up? Everybody snapping out. You got the cool dudes that's trying to act like they super duper cool. Man, it'd be a show when this happened in the penitentiary, man. When people like this come through, 12 women at a time, 12 young women at a time on Lawrenceville, we already know it's bootleg. I guarantee you, man, dudes be right there waiting for they to put their beard in, y'all. So boom. It'd be even hard to talk to them, man, because there's so many people saying stuff all over the place. But a woman gets a chance to kind of pick or see who she's going to be playing fair with, because all of them going to play fair. Trust me, man. Like, that's just how it go. So I can remember when they brought the women in, these two particular women that came in. I ain't going to say her name, but she was a light-skinned lady, man. We're going to call her Miss S. Now, Miss S, she was a young lady. Like, she was probably like 25 or something like that. You could tell she wasn't that old, but she ended up coming through in the joint. So she was one of the ones that I seen this dude trying to holler at. So the dude trying to holler at him. The dude that was trying to holler at him, I ain't gonna say where he from, but he was from the 757. He was from the 757, but he down on him. So she trying to walk and do, like keep up with the people as they doing their round. Bro on her top. So she just showed bro a little rhythm. So the dude that she's trying to, so the dude that's trying to holler at her, he's one of these dudes that always try to holler at the women. He always try to holler at the women, but he's just too, I used to tell bro, cause I would talk to him sometime. He went from Norfolk, but I would talk to him sometime, like, you know what I mean? And tell him like, yo, bro, you just too aggressive, bro. Like, bro, you be like looking like you ready to DMX a joint, bro. Like, he's like, man, go ahead, that's just me. That's just me. I'm like, nah, but you gonna pipe it down a little bit, pause, you know what I mean? He's like, all right, but he down on the CO. So she showing some rhythm. So she don't say nothing to him. They leave out and go out the top door. So we go to dinner. He see her again. So he on her again. So he holler at her and shit, man. So he trying to holler at her. So he like, hey, look, man. He like, yo, so I see it. So as he hollered at her so much, like she was standing out there like by where they pat down at. So I left out kind of late, like, cause I was waiting on my man. I left out kind of late because I was waiting on my homeboy Ty to come for the building. So Ty come for the building, I holler at him. Me and him coming back. So as we coming leaving out the child hall, bro still right there spitting. The CO that's right there with her that's doing the pat down, young boy, super duper cool. He ain't saying nothing. He just letting bro shoot his shot. So bro spitting his shot, bro spitting his shot. My word. As soon as he finished spitting his shot, me and bro go past him. He catch up. He like, hey, hold on, Weezy. He walk up, he say, hey, look, man, pot yourself. He see my homeboy Ty, he like, pot yourself. Oh, what's up? He was like, hey, nah, I'm just hollering at you, we getting the pot. I'm like, oh, all right, I'm coming, bro. So I finished telling my homeboy some more, dial him up. And I shot back in the building. So when I get back in the building, bro was waiting for me right at the door. So as soon as I come in the joint, he like, hey, look, I gotta ask ask you something, bro. I was like, what, man? He was like, man, listen, man. He was like, I ain't even trying to put nobody on from where I'm from. He said, because as soon as I tell a nigga gonna get me to rush and try to mess this up, and I ain't gonna mess this up. But he was like, for real, bro, the only reason I'm coming to you is, bro, is I might need you to kind of like, you know, play the role for me, bro. He was like, man, because goddamn, he kept talking, but he was like skipping over parts as he was explaining things, and I'm trying to catch what he's talking about. But he keep kind of like skipping parts. So I'm like, yo, bro, so what is you trying to say? Like, bro, I'm trying to say, like, bro, if I can get to see you. I said, you gotta see yo. He was like, look, I'm about to have her, bro. I'm about to have her. I was like, how you know you about to have her? I seen him talking to the lady. So I'm like, how you know you about to have her? He like, cuz, bro, like, she about to start working over here at 30 building, bro. So yeah, I'm about to have her. He was like, but, like, for real though, bro, like, bro, that's what I do, bro. I work fast, bro. You act like I can't buy. I was like, bro, I ain't acting like nothing. I'm like, what you need from me though? Like, what you talking about? He like, man, look, what I'm saying is, bro, like for one, bro, he was like, you got $200 cash? I was like, nah, I ain't got $200 cash. I was like, nah, but she can go meet my peoples and, you know what I mean? We could do it like that. He was like, nah, she ain't doing it like that, bro. She just trying to go to the gas station and just buy me some cigarettes, bro, and just keep it moving. That's all I want. Like, you know what I mean? He was like, the cigarettes get the la-la, so I ain't got to get no la-la. So I'm like, so why you need $200 cash then if she can just go do that, if it's just that simple? He was like, because that's how she said she gonna charge me. So I'm like, oh, okay. So now I knew what was going on slightly, but now I'm kind of right there. So I'm like, nah, bro, listen. I was like, look, bro. I was like, okay. I was like, look, though, I was like, I don't know if I can get no $200 cash, though. And that was the truth. Like, I wasn't even thinking about Eugene at all at the moment. I'm like, I don't even know if I can get $200 cash, bro, to be honest with you, bro. I was like, but for real, let's see if you give her $50. Like, I knew I could, where $50 was at, definitely. I knew where a $50 bill was at. I can definitely go get a $50 bill right now for my man. You know what I mean? And I was like, yo, bro, let's give her $50 and tell her bring you a couple packs of cigarettes. He was like, nah, she want 200. I was like, so how many packs she gonna bring you for 200? He said, man, she said she gonna bring me a carton. So I'm like, yeah, she better bring a carton, bro. I was like, man, I was like 10 packs. I was like, so look, how we gonna do this though, bro? I was like, he was like, look, the only way I see, she trying to get it today before she leave. He was like, and the only way I see us doing this is if you go do what I need you to do. I was like, do what you need me to do? What you need me to do? He was like, man, look, I don't fuck with the nigga, man. He was like, the nigga a fucking greedy pig, you ask me. I don't fuck with the nigga, bro. I be seeing you talk to him sometimes. I done seen you holler and do business. I said, what the fuck you talking about? He was like, nigga, Eugene, man. He was like, man, see, goddamn, you can get some cash, bro. Goddamn, tell that nigga, man, goddamn, Starbucks you the cash. I'm like, Starbucks? I said, bro, listen, you getting 10 packs of cigarettes, bro. He said, yeah, bro. He said, yeah, each pack going for $75, just like that. You ain't gotta buy it. He said, he said, I'm getting the Cadillacs, the Long Johns. He said, I'm selling a pack of those $75, straight up. So he was like, bro, see if the nigga loan you 200, bro, and you'll give him back 300, bro. I'm like, what if it ain't the cash though, bro? I was like, if it ain't the cash, the nigga might have some all type of incentives and all type of shit, like he a car salesman or some shit. I said, man, I really don't want to deal with this fucking lunatic, man. He was like, man, I'm saying though, look, bro, we gonna goddamn break bread, bro. I'm gonna break. I said, nah, we gotta do more to break bread. I said, if I go get this money, I'm responsible for the money. I said, we gotta split the 10 packs. He was like, I mean, 60-40. I was like, nah, bro, 50-50, bro. You get 5, I get 5. You doing 75 a pack, right? I said, we finna make the money back. So we gonna make the money back. We both sell 2 packs, bro, and get the nigga $300 for the joints. I said, however we get the $300 is $300. You know what I mean? I said, we both just go half and get a nigga his $300, bro. We just do it like that, bro. I said, goddamn, we'll be able to run across some cash. He was like, man, for real, niggas don't even be having cash like that no more, Weezy, man. Only that nigga be having cash. I was like, bro, listen. Goddamn, I'm just gonna tell the nigga that's what we gonna give him back though. I said, if it don't work out like that, fuck it. You know what I mean? So he was like, all right, go holler at him. I was like, all right, so I stopped y'all. So boom. I waited for a little bit more, man. Then I told my homeboy, I caught my homeboy attention in 32 part through the booth, kind of like, cause I could see they part just at the top through the booth. Told him come to the back door. He come to the back door. I let him know, man. Eugene come to the top, bro. He was like, all right. So next thing you know, I hear knock. That's how the back door sound. I came to jump. Yo. He was like, hey, Eugene, what's up? I said, yo, this Weezy, man. He was like, oh shit, what's up, yo, blood? I'm like, nah, look, man. I was like, man, I'm trying to make a play, man. I said, you know my money good, man. He was like, oh, yeah. You ain't gotta say that. Talk to me. I'm like, look, I'm trying to borrow 200 cash, man. He was like, 200 cash? He was like, I was like, yeah, I'm trying to, you know what I mean? I'm trying to, you know, holler at you about that. You know, do that. We did it. I'm just at the door just talking. And like, it's kind of like got quiet, like no response. I was like, you hear me? I was like, you hear me? I was like, yo, Eugene. I was like, Somebody came to the door. He was like, yo. I was like, yo, Eugene at? He was like, oh, he told you come downstairs to the slider. He told you come downstairs. I'm like, this nigga just left me standing at the door. I was like, man, I went down the steps angry as a bitch. I was like, this nigga, man. Get to the door, hit the button. He was already out there. Seen that cutoff shirt, no socks game with the flip-flops. I come out, jump open up, I come out, I'm like, I see him, he's like, what you say now? I like to look a man in his eyes when you talk about borrowing cash money from me. I was like, could have been in this past, I'm not sure, it's been so long. I'm like, you heard what I said? I'm like, back off on him. He was like, what? What's up? I'm like, oh, I was like, nah, man, look, man, I'm trying to get the $200 cash. He was like, for what? I'm like, for what? What do you mean for what? He's like, yeah, for what? I'm giving out an investment like that. I want to know what the investment is about. I'm like, man, listen, bro. My man got a roll up. We trying to put it together. He was like, who? I was like, bro, listen, I'm not giving all that information out. I'm letting you know now. I done told you to count. I'm not giving no more information out, Eugene, man. You either going to do it or you're not. He was like, what are you going to get back? I said, man, I'm going to give it back ASAP. I said, I'm going to give you back $300 cash. He said, well, if you don't get the $300 cash, I'm going to want $400 back Western Union. That cool with you? I'm like, yeah, that's cool, man. He was like, all right, hold on. It was my word. He went back in the pod. I was just standing out there. I was standing out there waiting for him, you know what I mean? Next thing you know, his slider came back out. He came walking out there. He was like, walk over here. We stood over by the ice machine, by the ice maker. He was like, put it in my hand, grab it. I was like, pause. I was like, all right. He dipped off. I went back in the pod, did a side run. Went up the steps. Hey, open my door. She opened my door, I went to see him. Next thing you know, I seen bro, he was coming up the steps. Before he come up the steps, I went, look, I was like, $4 $50 bills.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way, if you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous. Did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments. Get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.